Fresno's comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
Here's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Count it for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game. Cortez smacked
To the left. That is gone.
Rob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win.
And a win. Brian Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not? And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to lovely Cabaniss Field for this Saturday doubleheader. I'm Mark Molina, and first up, we're going to have the Corpus Christi Ray Texans taking on the Corpus Christi King Mustangs, and we're in the middle of the starting lineups here to open things up. So let's go right into it. For the Ray Texans, batting first, left fielder Ryan Rodriguez, batting second, second baseman Jack Bell, batting third, first baseman Kevin Goss, batting fourth, Frankie Alderete, DH, batting fifth, Miguel Everett, the catcher, batting sixth, Darian Montoya at third base, batting seventh, Jack Martinez, he's going to get the start on the mound as well, batting eighth, Luis Morales at right field, and batting ninth is going to be Troy Johnson at shortstop for the Ray Texans. And over for the King Mustangs, it's going to be Eddie Molina, no relation. Batting second, Andrew Solis, the pitcher. Eddie Molina at shortstop, actually, everybody. And batting third is going to be Nathan Reyes at center field. Batting fourth is going to be Ben Garza at third base. Batting fifth, Andrew Garcia at first base. Batting sixth is going to be Jacob Gomez, the DH. Batting seventh is going to be Brian Guillen at second. Batting eighth is going to be Jacob Trevino at right field. And batting ninth is going to be Caleb Castillo in left field. So that's the starting lineups for both squads here. So this could be the first of two. At 2:30, we're going to have Laredo United taking on Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. So keep it here for that one. Both games underway. And we also got a pretty good softball game going on along the way over there between Santa Gertrudis and Corpus Christi Ray. That one was a barn burner early. A lot of runs, but a lot going on here in Real Sports Live at Cabaniss Field. So make sure to keep it here, and here's the national anthem coming up right after this. First pitch coming up right after this. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Army, but we have many soldiers, from the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
and he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to top of the first inning, getting things going here from Cabaniss Field. Leading things off is going to be Ryan Rodriguez for the Ray Texans as he faces Andrew Solis. And here's the first pitch from Solis. Comes in for strike number one. Count now 1-1. Here's the pitch. And this one right up the middle for a base hit to lead things off, getting things going quickly, is Ryan Rodriguez with the leadoff single here in the top of the first inning.
Second baseman number 1, Jack Bell.
And here comes Jack Bell with a runner on first now. Second baseman Jack Bell on, and with Ryan Rodriguez at first, and Rodriguez taking a sizable lead here as Bell's going to foul this one off. So the count now moves to 0-1. And there's the throw over to first. Not in time. Rodriguez able to get back on the bag. And this pitch comes in down the middle for strike number 2. So count moves to 0-2 now. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number 1. So the count now 1-2. Here's the pitch. And Bell gets a piece of this one, and he's going to send it out to center field for a fly out there for out number 1 and 2 outs on the play.
First baseman number 14, Kevin Goss.
So that's 2 outs there with Kevin Goss coming to the plate. And Goss swings and misses there for strike number 1. So no runners on. Let's see exactly what happened there on that last replay. Now this one just gets sent up, and it looks like the runner left the bag early, and there's the out. And Goss is going to fly out here, and that's going to be it for the top of the first inning. So it's going to be no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left on base for the Ray Texans in the top of the first inning. Halfway through 1, we're headed to the bottom of the first. And due up for the King Mustangs, it's going to be Eddie Molina, Andrew Solis, and Nathan Reyes when we get back. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the first inning. Corpus Christi King up to bat. The Ray Texans unable to put any runners on. 3 up, 3 down. Well, not really. One runner got on leadoff single by Ryan Rodriguez, and then Jack Bell had a fly out. Rodriguez left the base early and got thrown out here in a bit of a rundown. And then Goss with the fly out for the third out. So we have Eddie Molina leading off here for the King Mustangs in the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off for King, shortstop number 21, Eddie Molina.
And they're facing Jack Martinez, and here's the first pitch from Martinez. This one comes in up the middle high for ball number 1. And Molina is going to send this one over, and he's going to fly out there in the glove of the second baseman for out number 1.
Number 11, Andrew Solis.
And here comes Andrew Solis. With 1 out here. And the second pitch comes in. Count now 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes. And this one comes in high, and the count moves to 3-0. And this one comes in down the middle for strike number 1. 3-1 the count here for Andrew Solis. And this pitch comes in down the middle once again for strike number 2. So the count now 3-2. After back-to-back strikes delivered in here by Jack Martinez. And here's the pitch. This one on that outside. It's going to be ball number 4 and a walk.
Center fielder number 9, Nathan Reyes.
So 1 on, 1 out. Here comes Nathan Reyes. With the runner at first. And that pitch, or that throw over to first, not in time. And that's Solis takes another lead off first. Martinez settles in. Here's the pitch. This one comes in a little high and a little bit outside for strike number 1. Getting that outside corner there, so 0-1 the count. And this pitch comes in inside and a little high for ball number 1. So count you end up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the bottom of the first, with a runner on first. And a throw over, not in time. That pitch comes in for ball number 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And this one up the first base line over to Goss, and Goss makes the throw. So we have the ground out for out number 2, and the runner's safe at second. So coming up now is going to be number 25, Ben Garza. We'll have the runner at second, 2 outs. And here's the pitch from Martinez. This one comes in way outside for ball number 1. So the count is 1-0. And swing and miss there for Garza to even up the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the catcher coming out to have some words for his pitcher Martinez, and we're all good to go now. 1 ball, 1 strike, a runner at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning for the King Mustangs. And here's the pitch, and this one over to short, and it's going to be a 6-3 ground out as the throw is made there over to first. 4 out, number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the King Mustangs in the bottom of the first. We're through 1, ladies and gentlemen, and we are headed to the top of the second inning. And due up here for the Ray Texans is going to be Frankie Alderete, Miguel Everett, and Darian Montoya as the heart of the lineup due up for the Ray Texans. So keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
See the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the second inning, and leading things off is going to be Frankie Alderete for the Ray Texans. So here's this first pitch in from Solis, low and outside for ball number 1. Nice fresh sunny day, some winds expected here, and they're starting to blow a little bit towards the north now. Winds a little bit northwest as you see the flags in the outfield as this ball is going to be fouled off for strike number 1. So 2-1 here. But the winds definitely picked up for sure. And out of that, they gets a piece of that one, and he's going to foul it off right behind him into the wall. So the count now at 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. For the leadoff man here in the top of the second, Alderete. And here's a pitch, and Alderete is going to get a piece of this one. He's going to fly out to center field for out number 1. And coming up is going to be Miguel Everett with 1 out, nobody on here. And Everett's going to ground out here into the second baseman, and it's going to be a 4-3 put out. 4 out, number 2. And here comes number 19, Darian Montoya. With 2 outs here. And top of the second. And here's the pitch. This one low and outside for ball number 1. And here's the next pitching. Montoya is going to foul this one off over towards the visiting dugout for strike number 1. So 1-1 the count here. So here's the 1-1 pitch from Solis, and this one up over the shortstop who's going to make the throw, and that's going to be the 6-3 put out and the 3rd out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Ray Texans in the top of the second inning. We're midway through, and we're headed to the bottom now, and due up for the King Mustangs is going to be Andrew Garcia, Jacob Gomez, and Brian Guillen in the bottom of the second. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the second inning here for the King Mustangs. So Andrew Garcia coming up to the plate. Leading off, first pitch comes in for ball number 1. And Garcia is going to send this one straight into the outfield, and he's going to fly out for out number 1.
Designated hitter number 1, Jacob Gomez.
And here comes the DH, number 1, Jacob Gomez. And here's this pitch, comes in outside on that outside corner for strike number 1. And this one comes in straight ahead, a little high for ball number 1. One ball, one strike, one out. Here's the delivery by Martinez. This one comes in low and outside for ball 2. Three balls, one strike. And this pitch is going to be low in the turf, and that's going to be a walk to put a runner on.
Second baseman number 7, Brian Guillen.
So one out, and here comes Brian Guillen. And to throw over to first. Not in time, so here's going to be the pitch from Martinez. And Guillen's going to pop this one up, and the catcher back at the wall, and it goes over the netting. Count moves to 0-1. Here's a pitch over to first. So it counts 0-1, and this one takes a bounce over the third baseman's glove, and that's going to be a hit. So a single is going to put runners at first and second here. And just nicely done. And here it is, and just goes bouncy and bounce into the outfield. So runners now at first and second. And this is Jacob Trevino with 2 on, 1 out. And this pitch gets past the catcher. That's going to be in for strike number 1. So no balls, 1 strike. And swing and a misses. This one comes in for strike number 2, right down the middle. So 0-2 the count. So we have a walk and a single here. A couple runners on, and here's this pitch from Martinez, high and outside for ball number 1. So 2-on-1 out. Martinez gonna try to work himself out of this. And this one's gonna get fouled off over to the left, and that's gonna be a 1-2 count still. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this pitch comes in on that outside corner for strike number 3. And that's the second out of the game. And due up next is going to be number 20, Caleb Castillo, 9th batter in the lineup. So 2 on, 2 out here for Castillo. Here's a pitch. This one comes in outside. And it's going to be ball number 1. So the count moves to 1-0 now. And this pitch comes in on that outside corner for strike number 1. As the catcher pops up, trying to keep the man at first honest there. And this one gets popped up and out for strike number 2. So the game going on across the way over here at the softball game. A lot of runs, 20-10. Santa Gertrudis leading Corpus Christi Ray. Interesting one there. Really solid team, Santa Gertrudis, in the area. Of course, if you're in the baseball, softball scene, you know that one. And there's going to be the runners moving over now. So after that, runner's going to move over to second and third. 1 ball, 2 strikes now here for Caleb Castillo. I believe that was a balk there by Martinez. And this pitch comes in inside for ball number 2. So here's a pitch from Martinez, and this one comes up right up the middle. Shortstop's got it. There's the throw over to first for out number 3. And a 6-3 put out, and Martinez escapes unscathed. So no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 left on base. And it's the bottom of the second inning. We're through 2. We're headed to the top of the third. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the third inning, and Jack Martinez leading things off. At 7-8-9 due up here for the Ray Texans. And Martinez sends this one over to the shortstop. Here's the throw, and it's going to be a 6-3 ground out to lead the inning off. 4 out, number 1.
Right fielder number 6, Luis Morales.
Here comes Luis Morales with 1 out, nobody on. So the count now 1-0, and this one gonna be a fly out over to center field. Nice play there. 4 out, 2.
Shortstop number 2, Troy Johnson.
And just a nice play there in center field. Nice catch made, and now it's 2 outs here, and we're going to have Troy Johnson coming up to the plate. Pitch comes in, 1-0. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. And Johnson hits this one over to the third baseman, who just lobs it over to first for the 5-3 put out. And that's going to be the end of the top of the third. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Ray Texans to end the top of the third inning. And we are headed back to the bottom of the third now. And it's going to be the top of the lineup due up for the King Mustangs. Molina, Solis, Reyes due up in the bottom of the third. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
As one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and leading things off is going to be Eddie Molina. here's the first pitch from Martinez, high and inside for ball number 1. And Molina is going to pop this one up here in the infield, and second baseman is going to get under it for out number 1. The infield fly to lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So that's 1 out. And coming to the plate now, the pitcher Solis. So the infield fly by Molina, he's 0 for 2, and Solis, this is going to be his second appearance. Was walked the first time up, and he's going to smack this one over to 3rd, and here's going to be the throw, and the throw not being able to be made there at 3rd. And it's going to be an E3 there on that throw, coming in a little bit low there. Here comes Nathan Reyes, and let's take a look at that one. And so throw made there nicely, and just a little low. And the bounce, a little too much there for Goss, who almost came up with it, but nonetheless, 1 runner is going to be put on here, and this pitch comes in for strike number 1. So 0-1 to count here for Nathan Reyes. 1 on. And Reyes is going to hit it into the left field gap there for a single. And 2 runners on now.
Third baseman number 25, Ben Garza.
So runners at 1st and 2nd, and here comes Garza. Garza 0 for 1 with a 6-3 put out last time. So 2 on. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And this pitch comes in. And the runners are going to move over again, and had that happen to them last inning. And this pitch comes in high. And that's going to be ball number 1. So 1-0 the count here for Garza. Garza with runners in scoring position. And Garza swings and misses there for strike number 1. So 1's across the board, 2 outs. And Garza gonna get a piece of this one. It's back right at the wall for a fly out. And an RBI here. So a sac fly, and Solis gonna come in. And it's gonna make it 1-0.
Number 12, Andrew Garcia.
So 2 out here with a runner at 3rd now. And here comes Andrew Garcia with a runner at 3rd. And Garcia sends this one bouncing past the 3rd baseman. That's going to be an RBI single for him, as Reyes comes in.
Designated hitter number 1, Jacob Gomez.
And here comes the DH, Jacob Gomez. And this pitch comes in, and it's 0-1 the count. And this one on the outside corner once again, so 2 strikes delivered here. And Gomez is going to smack this one over to right field for out number 3. But a couple of runners come in for King. So 2 runs come in on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 error. So we are through 3. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning, and it's a 2-0 lead for the King Mustangs. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
See the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 4th inning, and leading things off here is number 4, Ryan Rodriguez. So the count's now 2-0 here for Rodriguez. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number 3. So 3-0 the count now. And ladies and gentlemen, I just got a correction on the name. Pitcher for the Ray Texans, Jack Martinez. Not Jack Martinez. Apparently it's a French origin name, so he's from Louisiana. Martinez. So want to apologize for that if those of you listening, the last couple of games, just got the clarification a little while ago, right now, actually, between innings. So, yep, it's Jack Martinez, and I apologize to those who have been hearing me, I guess, butcher that name. But here in South Texas, Martinez, that's Martinez, but that's not the way it is. It's Martinez here for Jack Martinez. And here's going to be a leadoff hit into the gap, and it's going to be a double here for Rodriguez as he slides into second. So a runner's going to get put on here. And that one just nicely put in there in that left center gap, and doing a good job of rounding the bases and sliding in. So runner at second now for Jack Bell. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number 1. So the count here, it's going to be 2-0 now, with a runner at second. And this pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 3. And this pitch outside, and it's going to be a walk here. So a leadoff double and a walk puts 2 runners on here in the top of the 4th inning.
First baseman number 14, Kevin Goss.
So here comes the first baseman, Kevin Goss. Goss with a no-hitter on Tuesday. Came out performing really well, and here he is at the plate. And he is 0 for 1 with the fly out. So he tries to lay that down, and he gets a piece of it, and it fouls off for strike number 1. And Goss lays that one down, and there's a throw. And it's going to be runner safe at first. So bases loaded here now.
Designated hitter number 11, Frankie Alderete.
So bases loaded, and up to the plate now is Frankie Alderete. And this one hit over to the third baseman, and there's the throw, and the 6-4-3 double play. But a runner's going to come in.
Catcher number 16, Miguel Evans.
So score now 2-1 with 2 outs. And a runner at third now. And this one popped up, and that's going to end the inning.
For the Texans in the 4th, they scored 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base.
And so 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base in the top of the 4th inning. Let's go back and let's look at that. That double play there, just nicely done to turn. I mean, with the bases loaded like that, nobody outs, this is the best situation you can possibly find yourself in. So that's going to be it here for the top of the 4th. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th, due up for the King Mustangs. It's going to be Guillen Trevino Castillo. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
All right, bottom of the fourth inning, due up here to lead things off is going to be Ryan Guillen. And he's now behind in the count 0-2, so no balls, 2 strikes here. Ray gets a run back in the top of the fourth. There was a 6-4-3 double play, but a run able to come in with the bases loaded anyway, and this pitch comes in low and inside. And this one going to be fouled off. Count going to stay at 1-2. And there's going to be the strikeout and trying to beat out the throw, but Ken is Guillen, so that's going to be out number 1.
Right fielder number 8, Jacob Trevino.
So here comes Trevino now. Trevino 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And this one's going to be sent into center field for a flyout for out number 2. So 2 down here.
Left fielder number 20, Caleb Castillo.
And here comes Caleb Castillo. Oh for 1 on the day. 60 ground out last time out. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And this one's sent into center field, and the shortstop's going to come over and get it. Nice catch made there. And that's going to be 3 up, 3 down here. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on base for the King Mustangs in the bottom of the fourth. We are headed to the 5th, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 5th inning, leading things off is going to be number 19, Darian Montoya. So 6, 7, 8 due up here for the Ray Texans. So it's going to be Montoya, Martinez, and Morales. So here's a pitch, and Montoya is gonna pop this one up, and it looks like Molina lost that one in the sun there, and it's gonna be a first on an E6. So a runner's gonna get on here. Let's take a look at that replay. It just definitely got lost in the sun, and see how this one gets popped up there. You see Molina just trying to get under it and cannot, loses it there. So here's a rundown, and Montoya manages to get back onto the bag, and he's safe at first. And this pitch comes in, strike number 1 here. And 1 ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. This is going to be fouled off, so the count going to be 2-1 now, or 1-2 rather. And this pitch comes in down the middle for a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. This pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 3. And swing and a miss for strike number 3, and down goes Martinez.
Right fielder number 6, Luis Morales.
So here comes Luis Morales. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Comes to the plate.
Dylan Quesada.
So looks like we're going to have a new batter here coming in. So it's going to be number 22, Dylan Quesada. So Quesada is going to make his first appearance here. Comes to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. And this one comes in high and on that outside corner for strike number 1. This one comes in high. Now we're going to be called ball, so it's going to be 1-1 the count now. So that pitch in, and it's not going to be 2-1. And this pitch comes in inside for a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. that's going to be a strikeout there for Quesada.
Shortstop, number 2, Troy Johnson.
So here comes Johnson now. Johnson 0 for 1 on the day.
Running at first base, number 9, Nick Talavera.
So Johnson comes to the plate, and the runner at first now, the courtesy runner is going to be number 9, Nick Talavera. And this one's going to be a base hit as it's smacked right between the shortstop and third base. So Johnson with the single.
Number 4, Ryan Rodriguez.
So coming up to the plate now is going to be Ryan Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And we got 2 on with 2 out here. And this pitch comes in down the middle, and that's going to be strike number 1. So 0-1 the count, 2 on here. So Elise delivers this pitch, gets away from the catcher a little bit, and that's going to be in for ball number 1. So 1-1 the count here. So that comes in. It's 2-1 the count now. So 2 balls, 1 strike for Rodriguez. 2 runners on, 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. And this one's going to be fouled off over past third base, and it's going to be 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one hit over to the second baseman. And it's going to be a 4-3 put out for Rodriguez for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 left on base actually for the Ray Texans. And the Ray Texans have stranded 3 runners on base in the last 2 innings here. They've put 1 runner across, but it's a 2-1 game leading to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and due up here in the 5th inning, excuse me. Due up here in the bottom of the 5th is going to be the top of the lineup. Molina Solis Reyes due up for the King Mustangs. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
COVID-19 COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning, and leading off here for the King Mustangs is going to be Eddie Molina. Molina 0 for 2 on the day, and this pitch comes in from Martinez. Low, so the count now 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes. And Martinez delivers this pitch outside and low for ball number 3. And Martinez is going to walk Molina here. So it's going to put a runner on first.
Pitcher number 11, Andrew Solis.
And here comes Andrew Solis, the pitcher. And this throw over to first, not in time, and that's going to be safe there for Molina. And this is going to be put down. Martinez runs it down and makes the throw, and it's going to be out number 1. And Molina's going to move over to second, so.
Center fielder number 9, Nathan Reyes.
And here comes Nathan Reyes. Reyes 1 for 2 with the single last time he was at bat. And this pitch comes in on that outside corner for strike number 1. And Martinez delivers another strike, so the count moves to 0-2. So 1 out, 1 runner on over at second. And swing and a miss, and that's out number 2. So 2 down, runner on second. And here comes Ben Gadasa. Gadasa 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI. Last time up, he was able to bring in Solis. this pitch comes in down the middle for strike number 1. And this one's going to be fouled off, and the count moves to 0-2. And this pitch comes in high and outside of that corner for strike number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. There was one left on base for the King Mustangs at the bottom of the 5th inning. Headed to the top of the 6th, due up is going to be 2-3-4 with Bell, Goss, and Alderete due up for the Ray Mustangs in the top of the 6th inning. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading out things here in the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be Jack Bell. And here's a pitch in here for Solis. This one going to be outside for ball number 1. And Bell's going to lead off here. And this one's going to fall fair just inside the line. And Bell's going to come in for a stand-up double. And that one just inside that line. Let's look at the replay. And he smacks this one out there. And it's going to fall just inside. So it's going to put a runner at second after a leadoff double. And here comes Kevin Goss. Goss 1 for 2 on the day. So runner on second, nobody out here. Top of the 6th inning. It's a 1-run game. And this ball comes in for ball number 1 as it gets away from the catcher a little bit. And Goss gets a piece of this one. He's going to foul it off. 1-1 the count now. So the count at 1-1. And here's Solis with the pitch. This one outside. That's going to be ball number 2. And Goss swings and misses, and that's going to even up the count now at 2. And this one's going to be popped up. And fouled off. And this pitch in for ball number 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And this one is going, and it's going to bounce all the way out, and that's going to be a double. So an RBI double to bring in Bell. And it's going to tie things up at 2 here.
Second base number 21, Jack Spence. Designated hitter number 11, Frankie.
And there's that replay there to bring in the tying run. So we are on knotted up at 2 with the runner at second. And here comes Aldurete on that ground rule double. And this pitch comes in low for ball number 1. So an RBI ground rule double ties things up here, and here's Aldurete at the plate, and it's 1-1 now the count, 1-2 after that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this pitch is going to be fouled off by Aldurete. And this pitch in for ball number 2. So the count now even, 2-2. So this one high and outside, and it's going to be a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And this is going to be a walk, and runner's going to be at first and second now. And things coming undone here for the King Mustangs in the top of the 6th. And we're going to have a visit to the mound by the Mustangs. So the story here on the top of the 6th, a leadoff double and then an RBI ground rule double by Goss to tie things up. And leave a runner on, and then a walk puts runners at first and second and no outs here in the top of the 6th. So it looks like they're going to stay with Solis. Talk to him, try to calm him down a little bit and see if he can regroup here. And Miguel Everett coming up to bat. Everett 0 for 2 on the day. And this pitch comes in outside, and that's going to be called strike number 1. And this one put down shallow, and there's the force out at third. And the Blues going to talk about it here. And they're going to agree that it was out. And let's look at it here. Here's the throw over to second. Kind of a bang-bang play there, but they're going to go with the out. So
Number 19 is Darian Montoya.
So runners at first and second. They got the force out at third. And here comes Montoya to the plate now.
Running first base number 15, Brandon Chapo.
So Chapa comes in to run. So Chapa at first, Aldalete at second. And this first pitch comes in for a strike, so. And Montoya hits this one up to third. And there's the force out, and he'll reach on a fielder's choice. I'll get the force out at second.
Pitcher number 13, Jeff Martinez.
So here comes Martinez. 2 down. Runners at the corner now. And Martinez 0 for 2 at the plate. Struck out last time he was on deck. And this pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 1. And And this pitch comes in high and up the middle, but it's going to be strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And Martinez is going to smack this one to deep center, and it's going to fall, and it's going to be a 2 RBI triple. As Montoya and Everett and Aldrete come in.
Vancouver number 6, Luis Morales.
So here comes Morales. It's now a 4-2 Ray lead as the Texans put in 3 runs here. And Morales is going to foul this one off, and it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner at third. And 2 RBI triple by Martinez. Here in the 6th inning, puts the Texans up by 2 runs. Breaks the tie, and that was the 8th hit. So 4 runs scored on 8 hits for the Ray Texans here. And they put up 4 runs in the last 3 innings. And swing and a miss, and that's out number 3. So 3 runs come in on 3 hits. There was no errors. There was 1 left on base. So we are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, ladies and gentlemen. Due up for the Mustangs, it's going to be Garcia, Gomez, Guillen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
As one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning here, and the Ray Texans put up 3 runs in the top of the 6th, highlighted by Jack Martinez, a 2 RBI triple to deep center field. He sent the outfielder backpedaling, but the ball with too much momentum and probably got caught up by the wind there a little bit, and now it's a 4-2 game as the Texans now lead And we're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and coming to the plate for the King Mustangs, it's going to be Andrew Garcia to lead things off.
Leading off the 6th for the Mustangs, first baseman number 12, Andrew Garcia.
This pitch comes in high and outside for strike number 1. And this one on that high outside corner once again for strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes now. And swing and a miss for strike number 3. And Martinez deals another strikeout. That's 3 in a row for him, as he's getting hot here. 4 strikeouts for him now. 5, excuse me, on the day rather. So here comes Gomez now. With 1 out. And this pitch comes in outside for strike number 1. And it hits that corner once again for strike 2. So 0-2 the count. Martinez really starting to feel it over the last couple of innings. And Gomez is going to send this one in to the outfield, and the center fielder gets under it for the fly out and out number 2.
Second baseman number 7, Brian Guillen.
And here comes Guillen now. And the King Mustangs have gone cold. I mean, it's just 4 hits that they've racked up. Rather, only 3 hits, excuse me. 2 in the bottom of the 3rd was their best inning, and 1 in the bottom of the 2nd. But other than that, no hits, as Martinez has put up 4 scoreless innings, and he's close to another, as this ball gets fouled off right above us in this press box, as you can hear it hit. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And Guillen's going to send this one back, and it's going to be a stand-up double for him. So it's going to put a runner at second. And here comes the tying run. And it's Trevino. Trevino 0 for 2 on the day. And this pitch comes in way outside. For ball number 1. And they're coming out to check on Martinez, who's given up 2 runs on 4 hits. so far, and he's racked up 4 scoreless innings, and he's got 2 outs here and a runner on second. And it looks like they're going to stay with him here, and it's going to at least finish off the inning. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get closer here in the bottom of the 7th, should we get there. If Martinez can finish out this inning. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number 2. So 2 balls and no strikes now. And this pitch comes in, and that's going to be strike number 1 for Trevino. And Trevino's going to foul this one off, so the count's going to go to 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. And count comes in at 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes. And this one comes in outside, and it's going to be a walk.
Left fielder number 20, Caleb Castillo.
So bring on Caleb Castillo now. Castillo 0-2, but now 2 runners on. Castillo representing the go-ahead run.
Pitch runner, first base number 6, Troy Cotto.
So here comes Castillo to the plate. And this is going to be high and outside for strike number 1. And this one's going to be a base hit. And a runner's going to come around. Here's the throw. And it's going to be an RBI single. And there's going to be the runner thrown out.
For the Texans in the 6th, they score 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base.
So it's now a 4-3 game. So 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and there was 1 left on base here. in the bottom of the 6th, and we're headed to the 7th. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. The Texans hold a 1-run lead. Back after this. This is Real Sports Live.
In part by the concession stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the concession stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Johnson leading things off here for the Ray Texans in the top of the 7th inning. And that pitch comes in for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. And Johnson with the leadoff single here. To put a runner on here in the top of the 7th inning.
Left fielder number 4, Ryan Rodriguez.
Top of the lineup here for the Texans, and Rodriguez comes up to the plate. So it's 1-0, and here's the throw over to first. Not in time, the ball gets away there. That pitch in for a ball, so 2 balls. No strikes. And here's a pitch from Solis, low and inside, and the ball's going to get away from the catcher. And it's going to be 3-0 here, and runner's going to move over to second. And this pitch comes in inside for strike number 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. And this one fouled off, and the count going to move full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. this one's going to be hit and get past the second baseman. And the runner's going to come in and score. An RBI single as Johnson crosses the plate. So Ryan Rodriguez 3 for 4 with an RBI here on the day. So it's now a 5-3 game. We didn't mark the third run coming in from the bottom of the 6th inning, so my apologies there. But it is 5-3 indeed, and we're going to get a new pitcher in for King here as there's a runner on now and one run coming across. It's a 2-run game, and we're going to have some warm-up pitches for the new pitcher for King. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever memories. Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And we're back, and Bell puts down a bunt and gets on, so that's going to be runners at first and second now. And the new pitcher in for King is going to be Jacob Trevino. And here comes Goss now with 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. This pitch comes in outside. For ball number 1. That pitch comes in high and outside. For ball number 2. And Goss is going to foul this one off. And it's going to be 2-1 now. And Goss lays down this bunt, and here's going to be the throw for the out at first. This will be out number 1. And runner's going to move over now. Second and third, and here comes Alderete with 1 out, 2 on. And this pitch comes in low and outside. That's going to be ball number 1. And here's the pitch, and Alderete is going to foul this one off. Even the count now at 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at second and third. And Alderete going to get on to load up the bases now. And due up next is going to be Montoya. Oh, excuse me, that's actually going to be Everett. So here comes Everett. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. And this pitch is going to come in low for ball number 1. And Everett's going to smack this one in. There's going to be 1 run come in. And it's going to be a 3 RBI double. And it is now an 8-3 game. This now 5-run game as Montoya comes up And Everett just smacked that one past the first base line, deep out there, and allowed 3 runs to come in. And it's going to be a fly out here for out number 2. And the runner moves over to third.
Pitcher number 13, Jack Martinez.
And here comes Martinez. And Martinez is going to pop this one up, and that's going to do it here. For out number 3. So 4 runs come in. On 3 hits.
For the Texans in the 7th, they scored 4
There's no errors, and there was 1 left on base.
no errors, 1 runner left on base.
So we're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a lot of work to do for the Mustangs. So keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 7th inning, top of the lineup due up for the King Mustangs as they trail 8-3. 8 runs being put up in the last 4 innings, 1 in the 4th, none in the 5th, but 3 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th for the Ray Texans as they just have a surge here in the last 2 innings. 7 in the 6th and the 7th. And the Mustangs coming to the plate with a little bit of work to do, and Martinez trying to get the last 3 outs here on the mound. Should be in good shape. Martinez just allowing 5 hits, 3 runs to come in. And this one going to be fouled off by Molina. And Molina gonna fly out over here to right field for out number 1.
Number 11, Andrew Solis.
And here comes Solis up to the plate. In 3 appearances, he's got a walk, got on an error, and a 1-3 put out, and he's going to swing there for strike number 1. So the count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And swing and a miss, and that's another strikeout, and that's out number 2.
Center fielder number 9, Nathan Reyes.
That was the 6th strikeout of the day for Martinez. And here comes Nathan Reyes. And it's 1-0 the count. And swing for the strikeout there. For the strike there. So 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And this one comes in outside and into the turf. And that's going to come in for a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the next pitch. This one comes in inside for ball number 3. So 3-2 the count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the Texans are now away here from getting an 8-3 victory. And here's the next pitch coming in. And this one low for strike number 3. And that's going to do it. 7 strikeouts for Martinez. And Martinez, 5 scoreless innings and on the day. And he's sparked a 7-run outburst in the 6th and 7th inning with a 2 RBI triple, and he retires the last batter there. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Ray Texans defeat the King Mustangs 8-3, and the Texans drive in 8 runs with 12 hits. There was 1 error for them, while the Mustangs driving 3 runs on 5 hits. So that's going to be the final here. We're going to have Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial taking on Laredo United. First pitch is supposed to be at 2:30, so keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're World Sports Live. And we'll see you for the second half of this